All right, guys, so we're at it again. So this time I have a no start issue, all right? So I've narrowed it down to it's probably the starter, okay? It was starting really difficult before, taking a really long time to start. And then the other day I was crank, and poof, nothing more. I went down underneath and the starter is wiggly. Keep a spin around, so that will be positive for this situation and I'll be able to get it done quick. So I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see underneath here. So I don't have the proper cam with me right today. But this is my setup. I'm gonna get in here. And I gotta get right in there to that starter. Back in there. But under here, it's a lot easier to act there. Unbolt it first. I'm gonna take the whole thing off and then I'm gonna go from there. I'm gonna remove it 15 millimeter or a 5/8 for the main socket bolts. I'm gonna remove that off and then unhook these negative wires first. Do that for your battery cables and then pull, and then I'm just gonna pull the starter down and unhook the wires from there, pull the new starter in, rehook up the wires, put the starter back in, remount it. First things first is just removing the negative cables off of here because we do not want a jolt of power or any sparks to contact if you connect your wrench to any part of the frame while you're taking the starter off. So we'll just remove the negative cable off this side, like so. All right, no power there. Tuck those out of the way, tuck those wires out of the way, and we'll do the same thing over here on this side of this cable. It has never failed me, okay? I love this thing. It's the 3500 turbo diesel. Here I'm working with these ones, 15 millimeter, so on and so forth. So we'll get some warmness in me. Now, what we're looking at here, where are we at? Looks like I need to get a light on. We'll hang it and get the wires off of it, and we'll go from there. All right, so pulling those racket bolts, the main bolts out are a little bit of a pain in the butt, but they're pretty easy actually. Once I do that, I pull it down here, and I, go up to the front. Give yourself enough room up by the batteries if you have to unhook them all the way so that that can seat all the way down here on the ground. Don't let it hang like this if you don't have to, but I got it hanging. I already took the positive cable off. That was a 15 or a 5/8, so I don't remember which one I used. And then the one I'm having a problem with right now is that. So I am going to finagle with it with a pair of vice grips, I believe. And that's what's gonna hopefully do the job for me, is a set of vice. I tried the 8 millimeter, but it is too rusted for it to come off. So I did go at it with the good old vice grips. And what ended up happening was I stripped the bolt right off of this. It stripped it right off. It's not focusing. But that nut right there is supposed to be attached to this right here. And it no longer is. Unfortunately, I already have that other starter, and I won't have to get that nut, that rusted bolt off of that other wire right there. So a couple of 7s, maybe 7 millimeter or something like that around, and we'll try to get them off. A couple of sets of vice grips. Yeah, so old one, new one we're gonna put in. That one looks way better. This one obviously has diesel destroyed everywhere on it, but it doesn't. I'm gonna check it on the bench to see if it is actually dead or not. It does look like the color has changed here to where that solenoid was obviously getting hot. We will have to bench test it to see, because I'm curious on if that was an actual failure or not. So maybe I'll go in and just test that right now. Just some super simple diagnosis here, right? Look, so going in here, I'm getting my seat destroyed. But going in here, let's look. See this wire? This one doesn't move. This whole motor moves. Look, I was reading up just to refresh on the changing this out to look up the bolt sizes. I read that this thing, if it has this, see that little thing right here at the end? You're supposed to mount it. It's to hold, it goes to your engine mounts to hold this thing in place a lot more because the diesel engine vibrates like crazy. So this one was not mounted up. So I would see because that could be also due premature ruining. Look, it just shakes. You hear it? And I don't think it's supposed to shake like that. Look. Anyways, you probably can't see that so much, but it is shaking. You're gonna have to take my word for it. It's just really loose. Look. And I don't think that that's right. So we're definitely gonna toss this one, change it out. I'm not gonna bother bench testing it right now. I just need to get that other bolt off of the housing. Okay, so I got the new one installed, all the wires connected where they need to be connected, solenoids in. The only problem I had was getting the that old clip off of there, so I took the grinder and ground the little nut off of there, and then put the new one back on. So it's there, and I'm going to shove it up in that hole, and then hopefully this project will be finished here. But the exhaust seemed to have broke. I don't know if you could see it right there. But it broke off. The weld snapped. So I'm going to have to go in and re-weld that. And I crank. Like a slow, crappy crank. And that's what was telling me the starter was going bad to begin with. And now it just went to kaputs. Alright, so I got the batteries all hooked back up. Terminals, everything hooked back up. Alright, so I am finished inside under here. All of that hooked up, ready to go. Heat shield back in place. Retucked my wires and everything back in. I got my battery all hooked back up, both sides. And now we're going for the moment of truth. We'll see if it'll start up. Last time, the other times, every other time, crank, like a slow crap. Yesterday. So today we changed the starter out. We're about to get this going. Let's get the glow plug. Glow plugs. It's out. And ignition. Clutch. All the way in. And ignition. Look at that. Holy moly. I have never, ever had it start that fast. It would always be like, try to get to the engine. That's all it was. We're starting quite smoky out here. Obviously, that's due to the, that's real nice. That'll get us back in business. How you get the snow out of here, over there, and go load up some wood, and get it over to a customer that's waiting on me right now. So, that was positive that I got that done so quickly. Only took a little bit of finagling, but there we go. If you're into this kind of stuff, DIY it all day. You guys can do it. Don't send it to the mechanic. Save yourself some money. I know you can do it. It's a simple starter. Sometimes it's your PMD, but the PMD was possibly going out in this, but I don't ever think it was even the PMD, because what I did was I hooked it up to the old PMD. I put in a new PMD, but because they go bad. This is the newer one. Well, it was the newer one they had in here. I had one and I tucked it right here, but I unplugged it and I put it back in the truck. And I just plugged in the old one, and it seems to be working right now. Plenty fine. We're going to see once I get it up to speed if it actually runs the way it's supposed to. But other than that, that's the starter tape. Start your engine. See if that's what your problem was. So make sure your batteries are fully charged, and make sure that your cables are in really good condition and they're connected all properly. If your engine was running before and then it was cranking, and then all of a sudden it just went out, we're good to go. Get your firewood delivered. See you next time, guys.